Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all-new episode of Flea Market Finds right here on ToyWorldOrder.com. I'm your host, Devall. This show is all about presenting to you my recent finds in flea markets, garage sales, antique malls, sometimes the evil bays, it depends on the price really, and many more. I got some cool stuff for you today. This stuff I've kind of been sitting on for a little bit. I wanted to complete some parts, get a couple things here and there to actually complete everything, but I was at a toy show in December, and I came across a big bucket of a toy line called Legions of Power. Now, it was a toy line by Tonka, and it was basically a construction, I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen, a construction set that was all interchangeable parts, so you could buy multiple sets, build massive creations. And I happened to find, you know, the tub was full, and I asked the guy, are they complete? And he goes, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 sets in there. Well, it turns out when I got home and started separating them all, there actually was 4 complete sets in there of these complete Legions of Power vehicles. Some of the ones I found, and I got my handy dandy smartphone because it's hard to remember the names of these sometimes. Let's see, I found the In-Flight Command featuring Lieutenant PC, which is actually a pretty cool dual-engined space attack vehicle. It's got the missile down there. Pretty cool. It's got they've all got glow-in-the-dark parts. A lot of them are motorized, which is kind of cool. The ones that I have that are motorized, I've only gotten one of the contacts and one of the motors to work properly. I'm still working on the other ones. It's kind of a challenge. I found one of the big sets I found was the Prolon Protectors featuring Lieutenant Sardric, which is this beautiful monstrosity here, which has got the little trailer for the missile launcher. And what's cool is, and this is the one that I've actually got working, is that if I can get it to, there we go, the motor on the back here actually spins the missile. It's kind of cool, really. This is one of those forgotten toy lines that no one really thinks about and nobody really gives any love to, which is a shame because it really is a neat little toy line. One of the other ones I found was, I found the Space Fighters featuring Lieutenant Marker, which was one of the smaller vehicles, one of the smaller sets you could get. It was really relatively simple. And then I found one of the big bad guy sets. I actually found the Tech Dynasty, which is the bad guy faction, the Commandos of Khan featuring Lieutenant Duggar. Or Dougler, I should say. And this one is another giant monstrosity that's got multiple motors. It's got a motor in the front that actually runs it, pulls this along. It's pretty cool. It's got a little crane here that actually has a bunch of random guns on it. It's a big attack vehicle. An extra little pod for an extra little figure. Very cool, very neat toy line altogether. I mean, this is one of those forgotten toy lines that no one thinks about, no one cares about anymore, which is really sad because it's very cool. If you're out in the wild and you see one of these and it's complete and it's a box, and it's in a box, I suggest buying it. You can actually open these, take them out of the box, put them together, keep the box, because all the stuff can goes right back in the box. And it can be a cool display piece in the box or out of the box. So, very cool stuff. I was born in 1977. That was a long time ago. I'm 35 years old. I'll be 36 this year. I'm getting really friggin' old. But I still like to find stuff, certain things of past technologies, which is always fun. Now, a lot of people, of course, now have Blu-rays. Before Blu-rays was DVDs. If those of you that don't know, before DVDs was a format called Laserdisc. And before Laserdisc was something called a video disc. And we were out and about in St. Louis at an antique mall, and I happened across, actually Carrie happened across, this very cool video disc. Now, it's a little beat up, but I really don't care because I don't see this too often, but it's a video disc called Kermit the Frog Presents Tales from Muppet Land. And basically it's got 2 specials on it. It's got Emmett Otter's Jug Band's Christmas, which is a great special, and then it's got something that I still have never seen on DVD, which is the Muppet Musicians of Bremen. Oh, can't say that. It's hard to say. Now, the cool thing is that one side was the Muppet Musicians of Bremen, and the other side was Imminotter's Jug Band Christmas. Now, what's really cool is, if I get out my handy dandy little box cutter, I'll show you, for those of you wondering what exactly is inside of a video disc, is actually, believe it or not, pretty much a vinyl record that has all the video information on it. Of course, this was, it's not really a record per se. It looks like a record, but it is the precursor to the Laserdisc. This is the very, very early format that Laserdiscs were before they became, well, what they were, and moved on to DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't have a video disc player. They still sell these on eBay that are working, so you can still find a working video disc player. But this was something that I just really wanted to have to display because I thought, how often do you see something like this? Pretty cool, pretty neat. I think we paid a whole whopping $3 for it. So, like I said, it's a little beat up. It's got some writing on the back up here in the corner. But even though it's showing its age and the way, there's still, the colors and the graphics on the front are still really rich and still really nice. So it'll make a really, really cool display piece until that day I can get a video disc player and then pop this sucker in and play it. Because I haven't seen the Muppet Musicians of Bremen in forever. So, very, very cool item. Now, in the 70s, when the Muppets first came out, Fisher-Price actually had the license to produce kids' toys. Of course, they produced some little posable puppet things that, you know, they kind of bowed. You had a little stick and you bowed them. Those were kind of neat. But they made a whole bunch of puppets, which were kind of neat. They made an animal, a Rolf, a Kermit, and a Miss Piggy. And while we were in St. Louis, the same huge antique mall, Carrie happened across this beauty. This is the Fisher-Price Miss Piggy hand puppet. She's got a big rubber face. She's got rooted hair, you know, she's got the little felt arms and stuff. Only problem is that get your hand in there, the inside the rubber is, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of nasty, it's kind of flaking. It's not actually hurting the exterior at all, but I don't want to put my hand up in there and work her because it's disgusting. It's something I need to clean out and need to give Carrie time to fix her hair because it's just a mess. But I've seen a few of these at toy shows, and I've seen them go for like 30 to 50 bucks just for this puppet loose like this, not even in a box. This was in a booth, and she's a little dirty. Her eyes need cleaned up and polished a little bit so she shines a little bit more. But this was in a booth, and I think they had $4 on her. So, I mean, it just goes back to my whole thing where if you just keep looking long enough, you will find what you're looking for the price you want it for. So, this is a very cool item, though. Now I want to find Animal, I want to find Rolf. Rolf was really cool, and I want to find Kermit. And they made some Sesame Street ones too. They made some hard plastic rubber Bert and Ernie's, and I'd like to find those too. But this is a very, very neat piece and very cool. She's going to sit on a doll stand probably, so she's held up and look pretty for everybody once her hair's done. Kermit! I can't do a piggy. I'm not even going to try. Let's move on. Again, we talk about forgotten toy lines and forgotten cartoons of the 80s. I think I showed the Get Along Gang caboose in a previous episode a long time ago. One of the first few episodes I did. Well, while I was out and about, I actually did happen to find a Miss Piggy-like shed all over my counter with her icky plasticness. I actually found Montgomery J. Moose from Get Along Gang, minus his skates. These big plush figures actually came with skates on, and they would actually stand up on their own on their skates, and the skates actually had moving wheels. They were very neat, very cool. I'm kind of sad he didn't have his skates, but I saw him in the corner of this booth, just nothing but antiques, and then he was hiding in this corner, and I thought, that's a Get Along Gang character, and I picked him up. He's in pretty good shape. He's got some dirt on his pants. He's got some spots which are pretty easily clean. Just throw, you know, the pants come off. I can just throw it in the washer and wash them. But he's in really, really nice shape. He's still really cute. Very, very neat piece. Again, this is one of those things I keep telling everybody. People ask me, how do I have so much luck? Where do I find this stuff? You literally have to look in every antique booth you come across because you will find something, even in the most crazy antique booth where it's just, you know, old stoves and old doors and stuff. If you dig around there, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, they have a little stack of toys and you're bound to find gold. And that's where I find a lot of this stuff, is I dig through everything. So check every booth, check every aisle, look at everything, because you will find cool stuff. One of these days, maybe I'll find on eBay some loose skates and pick his skates up so he'll be complete. But still though, a nice little plush collectible for the collection. Now, it's no secret in the past I've shown off lunchboxes, and we're big lunchbox fans here at the Devall household. We like to find them in the wild, usually complete, in pretty decent shape. Carrie found one that is actually going to be hers that goes with all the lunchbox collection we have now. But it's this really cool, really cute little Mickey and Minnie in France. This was probably done, in the probably mid to late 80s, early 90s. Thermos was there, and it's in really nice shape. It's got a couple of like yellow spots on it right about here, but still in relatively good shape. The sticker on the outside is a little starting to buckle a little bit here and there, bubble and whatnot, but still in really nice shape, and still a very cool lunchbox. The plastic lunchboxes are much easier to find than the metal ones, but a lot of times you never find the thermoses, which is, you know, as I've said before, the thermos is what makes the lunchbox collection complete. So, but something very cool to add to our lunchbox collection. As I'm out and about at flea markets and garage sales and whatnot, of course I like to look for board games, but a lot of times they're missing pieces. There's just stuff gone. Like there's nothing you can do. It's like, I don't want that. It's missing so much stuff. But I usually, 5 times out of 10, can find board games that are complete. And one that I found that I actually didn't know they made was made by Galoob, and it was Married with Children board game. Act like, think like, and be like a Bundy. Basically, it's just a question and answer kind of game. You've got, basically it's for 4 players, everyone has an opinion, and it's one of those games where you basically, on your turn, you basically draw a Bundy card, read it, all the teams vote with their little wheels, and then if one opposing team matches your score, because you've got a score, you know, whoever matches your opinion on the cards. So if you all say, if everyone on your team says you think your opinion is B or C, and you're right, you get a point. Kind of simple, no board, you know, nothing like that. Just one of those little party games that everyone gets together and plays. Very neat, very cool. Something like I said, didn't know they made. I didn't know they actually made a Married with Children board game. So kind of neat. I was glad to find this, and I'm a big fan of this show. It still cracks me up to this day, even though it's many decades past this show's lifespan. But still, one of the greatest sitcoms ever created. And I haven't got to play this yet, but I'm hoping one of the most fun party games that I've ever got. So there you go, gang. That brings us to the end of another episode of Flea Market Finds right here on ToyWorldOrder.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. Plus, you'll be notified of all the great new episodes coming from Flea Market Finds, all the great stuff coming this year from 2013 from ToyWorldOrder.com. Lots of great new shows, and of course, lots of cool reviews, vintage toys, and sometimes new toys. Just depends on what we feel like. So make sure you check that out. Lots of great stuff coming for you. You can follow me on Twitter. You can check it out at Puppet Devall on Twitter, so make sure you follow me. There's always kind of fun stuff going on there when I'm vocal and talkative, so make sure you do that. And gang, make sure you go to ToyWorldOrder.com, sign up for the forums if you haven't. It's absolutely free. You can talk with all the other great fans, you can leave questions, you can do so much there and interact with so many cool people, so make sure you do that. And gang, until next time, like I say, keep digging, because you never know what you're going to find. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.